Hello, this is Gio, and we're in a bathroom here with a shower. And right here you could see some kind of odd hooks here. There's some temporary hooks right here and this little plate. Well, this plate used to have a little double hook, and it apparently fell off and got lost. But I want to replace this today with this double hook right here, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so opening up the box, you do see the double hook here. You see a little plate, which is much smaller than the original plate. So it's this plate will go on the wall instead of this thing. We'll remove that. And how it works is, once this plate is on here, you could just use a little screw here to kind of attach it and tighten it up, and it will hold with this little screw onto this plate. The box also comes with some screws, some anchors for the walls, and some instructions. But first, we're going to remove this existing plate. So removing the plate and the screws, you see these little plastic anchors here, and you could actually, I'm not sure if I can actually pull these out carefully, and indeed they just remove. But you see, okay, so the original plate is here. The hole spacing is a little bit wider than what's proposed here. I'd like to use one of these holes for one of these, maybe the top one, so to minimize the amount of new holes I have to drill. But I will have to drill another hole maybe right here, or I would just have to move it to a brand new location altogether. But I don't really want to do a lot of patching here, so I'm just going to try to reuse these holes. Not sure if I can get this one out. And it will come out. So I'll probably use this top hole with an anchor, drill a new hole, and use that. Now, one of the things I'm concerned about is I don't want to patch this lower hole, so I just want to make sure that once this is attached, that the new hook will hide that lower hole. So let's go ahead and stick this in here briefly, kind of get a sense of where this is going to hold, and I think it will hide this lower hole, so we won't really worry about this lower hole. Okay, so I did remove the anchors. After I removed the anchors here, I did notice that I kind of probed the open hole, and there's actually a stud here, so I'm not sure why the previous installer installed these little anchors, probably because they had a shorter screw. I have slightly longer screws, so I think the stud will work fine. I won't need these anchors. So I went ahead and just got some spackle compound, and I just filled in these little holes to kind of fill them in, and I'm just gonna drill a pilot hole when they're all dry, and put in some longer screws to secure the hook. Okay, so I let the spackle dry for about 24 hours, so it's hardened, and the first thing I'm going to do is kind of guide myself where I want to drill these two holes. So again, I was going to use the original hole, which is now filled with spackle, for the top one, like that. And so I'm just going to use the screw itself as a little punch. So I'm just going to kind of punch in there to guide where it should be, and then the lower one I'm going to punch right here, there. And you can kind of see how it's off, the bottom one's offset from the original one. And I'm just going to use a smaller a drill bit than the screw, smaller than the thread of the screw, just to help guide the installation. And I'm just using the owners of this bathroom's drill. They've just had a little hand drill rather than a electric drill. Everything works, so just use what you got. And so we'll just use this to drill the pilot holes in. And with the pilot holes drilled, before I put this plate on, I just want to demonstrate how the hook will attach to this plate. So hopefully you can see this okay. This little notch here for the plate right here. So when you install it, it kind of gets hooked up right there. And then a little screw right here, which you could open up, and they provide, this one's actually works on a small little Allen wrench. Some of them work on little tiny screws. Either way, the hook comes with this Allen wrench, but you could also purchase Allen wrenches if it doesn't. So you could just screw this out just like that. And then when you install it, it gets hooked right there like that. And then it doesn't go this far back, but then you screw this on and it holds this plate tight against the wall. So let's go ahead and screw this plate on. And for some reason there is an up position to this plate. I don't really notice much of a difference, but we'll go ahead and believe it that that's the direction of up. Get the other screw in here. And pilot holes really come in handy when you're in the stud. It just allows you to drive these screws in without pilot holes. First of all, you could possibly strip the hole. Also, you may not actually even be able to physically get the screw in without the pilot holes. So it looks nice and tight. So we'll go ahead and get our hook. The screw here is retracted, and so you just want to hook the top on just like that, and then make sure it's up, and then you use the Allen wrench and screw in the Allen wrench. Fortunately, because the Allen wrench has this little lip here, it kind of gets in the way, so you just have to kind of remove it, screw it in, remove it, screw it in. There you go, until it's nice and tight. And you won't even see the Allen screw at the end. It'll be below. It's nice and tight now. It's nice and secure. And that will be a nice hook for towels or robes or what have you. So I hope this video helped you out. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.